Guys, welcome back, and we're gonna stick with with our famous topic for the last few weeks, last few months, actually, a couple of months rather. Virtual currency. Of course, we advise you to be on the lookout for Cardano, whatnot, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that. And if you wanted to double up your money, probably a good idea to invest in Cardano, etc., right? But in the last few, actually, in the last 3 weeks or so, we see a fluctuation, right? All of a sudden, it goes up, and then goes down, and of course, we see information like people are selling because it's a good time to sell because it just went rocket high, right? The prices of Bitcoin and etc. But I wanted to pose a question first up, Venkat. I want to get that head start, about the fluctuation from the fluctuation point of view, right? Yes, people talk about the investors who invested a long time ago when it was like 3 cents or $1 or $50 or whatever. Probably a good time to sell and all that. Is that the only reason for the sudden drop? That people, the initial investors, are selling their virtual currencies, or is there anything that the naked eye or the regular people cannot really see? Is there anything technical technical happening, or anything what you can say about it? What's the main reason for this fluctuation, or rather the drop?
Right. Yeah. So a lot of people actually there is a data out there, glassnode.com. If you go to glassnode.com,
Okay.
you can able to see the charts and when it's selling, who's selling, how much selling in
Oh,
Bitcoin, mainly Bitcoin,
glass
right?
note.
Glassnode, Node.
DE. Okay.
Yeah, glassnode.com, like how much dip, and there's going to be a. So what happened was they looked at it, and a lot of people looked at it, and I also looked at it. There is a mining pool called F2 pool.
Hmm.
So that pool is in China, so it's the biggest one. They mine the Bitcoins,
Okay.
so the people like mining it, right? So what did they dumped thousands of Bitcoins, because I think they've been mining it. Normally what the miners do, they just kind of keep it, hold it, or they just exchange it for some other coins, or
Okay.
that's what they do. They don't sell, dump it. Lot of miners out there around the world,
When you
right?
say dump it, what does it exactly mean?
Dump it means they just sold off. They just sold
Oh,
off.
they're just selling. Oh, the
Yeah, they
big
sold off like
miners.
thousands of, like
Uh,
20,000, 30,000 Bitcoins.
hmm.
Sometimes even more. Like what happens when you like, we already know, more people selling, the
Hmm.
price goes down. More people buying, price goes up, right?
So what you're saying is it's this big miner in China, or miners, is that right?
Yeah,
That's
the miners.
several
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
a big pool of
Okay.
miners.
And they're all of a sudden they're selling, these big miners in, is it
Because
located
it's
in
it
China?
was
What?
59,000, like it was 59,000 years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah,
right?
80,
So
yeah, 8 or
So
9.
again, like I want to show you the chart here really quick, and because we might need to see this. It's
Hmm.
like if you go back, let me open this up. It's in coingecko.com, right?
Hmm.
So it did not like if you go back only 30 days. So let's just go back 30 days. So look at that. It like 30 days ago it was $30,000, right?
Hmm.
So it went $59,000. That's one thing. One thing we need to note, if something goes like within like
Yep.
2-3 weeks, like
Yeah.
it doubled, right? It's like I think 3 weeks from here to here.
Mhm.
So there's going to be a correction. There's something called correction, right?
Correct.
But that correction dipped here, but it was going up. It's slowly coming down. It looks like this. If you look at it, it looks like this area, right?
Hmm.
So what people are saying, it can go up 65,000. The next point would be either 65,000, or it can go down close to here and then go up again. Like,
Wow, it can even go down to
yeah, it
as
can
low as
go close
30,000.
to 35,000 here. But if it goes below 40,000, like this is kind of a resistance level.
Hmm.
And also like a 60,000 is kind of resistance level. It did not cross. But what will happen if more people start buying? Even like if you go to Coinbase app, right, you can see how many people, what percentage of people buying, what percentage of people selling the Bitcoin. So you would see 75% of the people buying it. So people are buying, but those are retail people, not the like big companies. Let's say Tesla already did, right, 1.5, and then the MicroStrategy, another company, put another one more than $1 billion just recently for
Mhm.
$52,000. And that means they know that it's actually going to go up. They don't care about like few $1,000 up and down. They are looking for a long-term strategy, right?
Right.
They're not looking for like a retail investor like us for profit. So that is exactly like this, like it did not go down. This price, if you look at it, the 46,000 is
Mhm.
exactly week 10 days ago.
Mhm.
Just 10 days ago, that was the price. So
Yep.
it did not go deep all the way down.
Right.
That's a Bitcoin, right? So but look at the sentiment of the people. 70% of the people thumbs up, 30% thumbs down, right? That means these 70% of the people are buying it, mostly buying it. They know exactly the Bitcoin is going to go up. These people probably selling it. There are some group they sell it. They're just freaking out right now because uh, for no reason. Like just 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, the price, whatever the price was there, it's right now, right? It's not like it gone down like 6 months ago price, right?
Yeah.
So that is exactly like if you look at the Ethereum, it's a little bit down than the Bitcoin, but it didn't go down like it was 1 month ago. It was like take a look at it, right? 1 month ago it was $1,200. It didn't even reach the 1,200 now.
Gone. Yeah. So it's within the range.
Yeah, and this is a great time to buy if you want a dollar cost average, right? So you wouldn't like 1,400, like sometime you wouldn't get this like in the
Mhm.
near future. Probably not.
So I'll start my next question from that one. You said it might even not go down as low as 1488 when it comes to Ethereum. So you talked about these big miners, especially located in China and all that, dumping or selling their Bitcoin. So does the same strategy is applicable to Ethereum so are you
Yeah,
specifically
it
talking about
applies to
Bitcoin, or
Ethereum.
is it applicable to Ethereum and the rest of the currencies as well?
Yeah, it does apply to Ethereum. But think about Ethereum is not $60,000, right?
Hmm.
They like one coin is $60,000, and they were like most people jumping to Cardano. That's
Hmm.
another like what they're doing. Like they're selling off Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Hmm.
They're buying a lot of Cardano because there is something coming up in next week in Cardano
Hmm.
that's going to make it more mainstream. Kind of like
Okay.
it
So,
is on March 1st, I think.
yes, so that's why we predicted that it might even go as high as $2 in the last week, right?
A lot of people, well, yeah, when more people are coming, look at the 24-hour volume, right? 24-hour volume, it's still really high, like 7 billion, $8 billion
Mm.
out of that's there is like if you click on it, you will see a lot of numbers. Like it shows like market cap, 24-hour volume, and the divide that they create some kind of ratios and all those things. That tells sometime how famous it is, how many people are buying, how
So,
much
so it's
is
a
it
good
effective.
time. It's a good time to invest in Cardano before it reaches two and more, because right now it's $1.07. And
Yeah.
you predict your prediction based on the research and information that's currently available is it's gonna next week by next week there's gonna be a spike in Cardano, right?
By next week or by March, definitely by March.
Definitely by
But it could be next week, it could be the following week. But
2021.
yeah, it'll be doubled. The money will double, and it also depends on the other little bit on the upper side, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. If it not yeah, these two depends on it. But if the Ethereum price is being down, it could be because a lot of people are moving to Cardano.
Hmm.
But it doesn't mean that Ethereum is going to be like there is a
That
group
was
of
going to be
people.
my next question. So if someone wants to invest in Ethereum, is it advisable?
Oh, yeah. There is a group of I saw that 50-50, right? Almost 50% of the people are behind Ethereum.
Hmm.
Rest of the 50% behind the Cardano. Cardano is not established. They have a good strategy. They have good system, good infrastructure, stuff like that, right? That's going to solve a lot of problems that Ethereum has, but it's not implemented. It's not totally done, right? It's
Yeah.
so, but 50% of the people trying to take more risk, and just going after Cardano, thinking that it may go several times. Like some of them even calling for $300 Cardano,
Okay.
but that's not possible looking at the market cap, right? So market cap is 35 billion, it's not going to be 300 10 times more. No.
Yeah, but at least you can double up your money easily by putting money right now before the spike happens next week. Thank you so much, Venkat. Unless you have anything else, so we have a prediction: Bitcoin might go as high as 65, and it even can go down as low as 30. So, and again, it's gonna catch up. In the
Mhm.
end, at the end of the day, it's gonna go as high as 100 grand. So that prediction still stays, right?
Right, exactly. Like I would say, guys, don't freak out. Buy a little bit. Like you don't need to buy, like if you want to buy for $1,000, you don't need to buy $1,000 at the same time. Just buy it $100 now. Maybe 2 days after $100, you're gonna average it. Like one day it's a little less, one day is high, one day less.
Yeah.
You're gonna average it. That is the best way, dollar cost average.
Thank you so much, Venkat.
Thank you, guys.